because it definitely reminds me of the other recent time where someone bought a apparently sealed box of I can't remember if it was first edition or just, just the unlimited base set. And I can't remember the investor's name, but he spent something like 300,000 and bought it from someone, and then they opened it up live, and then it turned out to be a resealed box. And the people who sold it, said that they didn't realize what it was. I mean, of course, I think at this point in time they've kind of backed it up by providing him another box, which, they need to do, but like, you've gotta check your shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you've got to know what you're buying and selling people.
the weirdest thing about that whole thing is I'm not one of these people that sit here and hate, the people involved. Some of those guys are very not liked in this community. But I'm not one of those people that I judge any, I don't know what they're trying to portray versus who they are. I mean, I just really don't know. Maybe that's what they want to be perceived as because they're trying to make money. Whatever it may be, I think the weirdest thing that came out of this is that it was a clearly faked box. It wasn't that it was resealed 20 years ago. It was clearly faked. And then there was no recourse. The FBI didn't get involved. And a $375,000 purchase, I don't know if any of the people you see in the video were involved at all. Honestly, it's probably unlikely that any of them that you see in the video were involved in the scam side of it because it's so much risk because they knew they were opening it. But the fact that there's a guy out there that did fake it that's not being investigated on a $375,000 fake is alarming to me. I mean, the FBI gets involved in card scandals all the time. Like trimming, recoloring, all that. That's something that they have a section of the FBI that gets involved and make sure everything, people aren't being scammed. So I'm gonna kind of wait and see what happens with that. But I think, if I had kind of any say, I think there should be an investigation because we need to kind of weed out these people that are doing this. And I heard similarly somewhere in Europe, there's another guy that's kind of been caught resealing stuff, more, cheaper stuff, $20,000 boxes. And it's not one of those things where it's like, oops, sorry, I'll give you your money back. I think there needs to be kind of some prosecution to set the standard of, hey, we're not going to do this.
Yeah, I agree. I think there definitely has to be some kind of recourse. Because I think one of the great things about the Pokemon community, at least the people that I've been like around, surrounded by, they do for the most part try to, advocate for buyers who don't know what they're buying and then sellers who don't know what they're selling either. Sometimes they don't realize they have a $1,500 card and are about to sell it to someone for way super under the value when they don't know. So, and then, I mean, it's been known, all of the scams on eBay with like those magic listings, they'll just kind of like blow an account up, like have like a booster box listed like with a quantity of 25, and just go in and bail and pull the money out and you've just, burned an account. I mean, a lot of those things happen. And so especially with, economically, everything that's going on, especially right now, we need to protect buyers and sellers from scammers because it happens both ways. I've seen people sell, key issues in comics and we're talking about like $2,500 and the buyer wanting to return it and they return a completely different comic, stuff like that happens. And so I do hope that people know that there are consequences doing these things. These are crimes. You are committing a crime. You are scamming people. That's not okay. So, and considering the fact that this hobby is absolutely going to get bigger, the community can only do so much. So hopefully the FBI can step in.
For me, that's one of the big things too, is this, this is blowing up so much. There's a ton of money in it right now. There's plenty of money in it to make a lot of money doing it straight up. I mean, you don't have to do these scams. Like I just don't understand. Like, just sell if you had the box, just sell the box and make the legitimate money. But it's like they want to double dip and open it because they might be true collectors / people who want to make money, and so they want to open it because they're excited to open it, and then they're like, oh crap, I opened this. Well, how can I get some of my money back? And then they get down a dark path, and it's really sad for the whole industry because we've sold booster packs and had them opened and not be the right cards, and we backed it up. We took these from a consignor and backed these up and made sure that everything was up on the up and up. And now we no longer accept booster packs or booster boxes. Anything that you see that's a booster pack or booster box is stuff we've acquired, that thoroughly vetted the person we bought it from, and then put it online.
That's really awesome. I'm really glad you guys back it up, and I'm sorry about that that case where someone tried to consign some Reseal, right?
It happens, and they didn't necessarily even know it was resealed product. They just acquired it from somebody else too. That we have a lot of people in this area going around looking for good deals. They find a good deal, and all of a sudden they want to consign it because sometimes when it's too good to be true, it actually is too good to be true.
Yeah,
I think that was just a situation our consignor got themselves into.
Yeah.